I can transform my body. That's what makes bodybuilding so exciting, is that you can change your body. You can change your shape and structure with diet and training, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, because you know what? It takes a lot of time and a lot of work to do what you ladies do.
You have to be dedicated. You know, it doesn't happen all the time in 12 weeks. It takes a long time. It's consistency. It's going over and over and doing things over and over again. Even if things get boring, you still have to do it. If you want to be successful, you have to just grind at it every day, day in, day out.
Yeah. Because I think one people aspect of they understand that bodybuilders like, okay, I gotta take this pill, lift this weight, and then no, it's more about that. And he said, again, it's about consistency. You have to. You get up in the morning. Sometimes you train. What's your daily training regimen? You know, how often you train during the day?
I train once a day. I do cardio every day, and I get my steps in, my NEAT. I mean, where I'm walking. I'm either walking on the farm with the animals or walking my neighborhood. I try to stay as active as possible. Some days I'm like cleaning my house, so it's like that's my activity on top of my training. But I train, and I always have rest days. You know, always get my cardio in. If it's not here at home, I do cardio right after I train, because I'm not in contest mode. If it's contest mode, it would be like first thing in the morning, I'd be up doing cardio, then train my clients kind of thing, or deal with paperwork or business, then train, then head to the farm, you know, so it'd be one of those days, then deal with some more clients. So, because not all my clients are in person, like here where I am, a lot of clients are all over the world for posing. So I work with people all over the place, or with empowerment mindset coaching as well. So I'm lucky I'm able to be many places and be able to work with people.
That's good, because I think pandemic really changes things, because my mother passed away during the pandemic, because she had got the virus, and I think it changed like anything like this. This is what I learned: wars and pestilence change the aspect of the world. New technologies come out. As StreamYard, the platform using StreamYard really grew because the fact was people using Zooms, using StreamYard, using Hangout. I think a lot of people that were trainers and coaches started doing online. Some still do like go to the client's house, but then you can teach more people, especially because me personally, I didn't learn firsthand. That's just me. But a lot of people like to be at home, where like you got guys go to work, they're wearing their jacket, shirt, their blazer, but they're wearing their pajama bottoms underneath. Yeah. But it's a way. But we're gonna show something real quick, folks, and I'm gonna pop this up real quick if you want to see this. It should be up in a minute. It takes time with this. And you mean this suit?
Wow, that was nationals. Holy shit. Yeah. So, see, I told you I was in. So back in the day, we weren't allowed to wear sparkly suits. Okay. Mm-hmm. So prejudging and finals, you could change your suit color, but that was it. There was not allowed to have any stones. You only had stones on when you turned pro. Mm-hmm. So that was, I think, my first nationals or my second. It was one of my Canadian national shows.
Yeah, I can tell you have your body was amazing. I mean, still growing and learning. And I remember back in the day when the ladies used to have fancy, sparkly, even the pro level. I said, I've been following bodybuilding since I was my brother. My big brother. He used to play football. He was a big star here in town. He used to always get the muscle mags. Guys like Arnold, Lee Haney, Tom Plaza, those guys. And then I was getting into my pubescent ages. Like getting up to the tweens, and people like Corey Everson and Rick McLeish and Carla Dunlap and Beth Francis, and and then from those ladies to Linda and Laura and Ken Zabeski, and then on from that to Iris and Xenia Keen, and some of those ladies you have share stages with in the past. Yep. And the sport has evolved in the last 30, 40 years.
Oh, for sure.
And it's sad that women's bodybuilding gets this finger pointing at it. Is if you look, but you look at other, like back in the day, it was just only back when we first started with just men's bodybuilding. Then the women came out. The women were in high heels first. Then they came up to high heels. Then here comes fitness, and then out of fitness comes figure. Out of that, because they brought in, really with bikini, that was more like brought in than it was.
Right, they actually did that at that came in at an Olympia as a test. So it was like one of the, I was there actually when they were doing like bikini contests, and they saw that it went so well, and then from there it went to the stage. Yeah, but it was just like in the expo. I can't remember the year actually. It's been so long. But I was there and I was like, you watch, that's going to be on stage. That's going to be with us soon. And sure enough, it was. It was pretty, you can kind of see how things are going to go. And one thing I think should be done too is new athletes that come up should know the history of the IFBB. It would be interesting to see how they would pass, if they would pass a test on the history of the IFBB and where it started and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's also got here. This is from man from my man Rolando G. He says this is JW. I'm not sure. I would have to check out the Wing of Strength site, and he's saying because he says I'm sorry that the ambassador program Wing of Strength is now gone. I really don't like that you write things change and have to move to the next level. Yeah, and also he says this. He says, Janeen, if you need us to help. We are, even if it's 100 or from any of us, they're willing to help. That's good. They appreciate that. Yeah, and also, this is from my man JW. There's a certain female bodybuilder athlete that I'm sure as hell don't want to compete at this year's Rising Phoenix Pro Show. Not going to name any names, but I'm glad she's not on the list. Whoever she's talking about, I don't know. So you don't want to say certain names. But yeah, I mean,
I have no idea. I don't get into the drama. I'm very drama free.
he might be talking about
everybody's bullshit.
He might be talking about a certain person I met at Savannah, even though she was there. I don't talk about her.
I don't know.
I'll give her initials, SF. I'm not gonna. That's it. And that's where I leave it. I don't talk about her. I don't mention her. I call her. I treat her like Lord Voldemort from the Harry Potter movies. The one name we didn't dare not speak.
Oh,
and
I'm
a
Harry Potter fan.
I'm sitting talking to a Jedi Master. Are you a Jedi Master? Are you? Yes. If you were a Jedi Master, who would you rather be?
Probably Yoda.
Everybody wants to be Yoda.
Because he's the wise one. I got that name because somebody made that name for me. I never came up with it. All of a sudden, people started calling me Jedi Master. And then that's how it stuck.
Mm-hmm. I love the original Star Wars movies. The remake, and the new ones.
I've honestly never watched any of the new ones. I'm one of those old. I'm a retro girl. I like the old stuff.
They kill Luke Skywalker. It's one thing to kill Han Solo. They kill Luke Skywalker. Come on, man.
Don't tell me about it. I don't want to know.
Hey, everybody heard about it. Everybody knows about it. Come on. Yeah, you guys don't want to know, but everybody heard about it. Luke Skywalker dead, man. But yeah, but it's good that you earn yourself this respect in this sport, because you know what, it's a sport where you have a name, you're established, you put in time, you put in work,
I'm always kind to everybody too. If I'm dieting for a show, I'm still the same person that you're talking to today. I'm not one of those up and down, moody. I mean, if I'm tired, I just say I'm tired. I just need to go. I just need to rest. But I'm never a bitch like that. Like people are like, yeah, I'll bitch you. No, I mean, but if you're in my way and I'm trying to train and you're playing on your phone, yes, I will be aggressive because I'm here to do something. I'm not here to play on my phone.
So you got Dalton in Roadhouse says it's time to be nice and time not to be nice.
Yeah, so that's me. I kind of live my life by by that. I'm nice until I don't need to, where I shouldn't be nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say because I'm gonna do like a lot of movie quotes because I can say like one thing I'm a big like you're a big Star Wars fan. I like Star Wars too. I'm a
That's
big
not like no. I'm really a Harry Potter fan.
Harry Potter.
I got Jedi from
Yeah.
somebody called
So
me Jedi.
so
So
so you
it
rather
just kind of
be
stuck. It just kind of stuck, and I think Yoda's kind of cute. But
so you rather be Dumbledore than you want to be the Yoda. Which one? If you had a choice, would you want to be Dumbledore or Yoda?
oh my gosh, can I have a combination? I don't know.
Okay. If let's say one day you feel like you get up in the morning and say, you know what, I feel like being who this morning.
I feel like being Janeen, the
All
Jedi.
right.
I don't need to be somebody else. I'm good with being me.
Be all the be you can be. Yeah. We got here the man, Rolando G says that I could see her on the Mandalorian. Yeah, I could see her the Mandalorian. I mean, also can see her as a Jedi. She got the hair like that, get the she got all the little twigs, teaching like say, be one with the Force Padawan, yeah. But but yeah, it's just, this is what I'm learning from you ladies. And this is why I respect you ladies, because what you do, it's tough. Trying to as the big debate is always in bodybuilding. It's about maintaining femininity. It's they'll like one thing is we talk about the division like bikini, how it came in, but then you got to think about it. It's like a transition division for a lot of competitors. There's ladies who start at bikini, then go up to figure, and then after a while you go to physique, and then now you have wellness. It's a new division that comes in. So I've seen women like I don't know if you heard that Shanique Grant's coming back.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and she's going to do physique. I mean wellness, and she's been a 2-time physique champion.
Oh yeah,
and it's just where it's those divisions. I think now physique and figure are transition divisions for people like okay, the girls who like I'm not big enough for physique, but I'm not really doing too well in figure.
I think I think it's also to help them figure out where they fit, right? So it gives you more divisions to figure out where your body fits and where you feel good as a person, male or female. Because if you don't feel good in the division, then you don't belong in that division. Like I didn't feel good in women's physique. I always felt good in bodybuilding. So my vibe was always different when I was doing women's physique than when I do bodybuilding. That's my home. Bodybuilding, I'm a bodybuilder. Born and raised to be a bodybuilder. My mom was a bodybuilder. My uncle was a bodybuilder. So I come from a long line of bodybuilding and athletes. So it wasn't like it kind of fell in my lap, kind of like I was already there. But I kind of meshed into it like after gymnastics. I went into the weight room and that was it. I was hooked.
Yeah. If you look at something like, especially some of the gymnast girls, many of them do have some aspects of bodybuilders. Like when you especially when you wear the tight leotards, you can see they have abdominals. You see the quads. Some look like borderline, like maybe figure, or even as far as maybe wellness competitors, especially if big legs. Almost in every sport you can see some aspects, like something like if CrossFit. You see some. I think there's some CrossFitters that were one time. I think one lady from your neck of the woods, Jenny Feldman, she was in CrossFit and went up to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there was a lady by the name of Shannon. What's Shannon's last name? Shannon Courtney. She wasn't bodybuilding, went to CrossFit. I mean, you can see, even though it's different aspects, it's still building the body, and developing, growing. It's just up to where you want to fit in. And if we talked about earlier how the lines between the divisions are starting getting blurred. Melissa Tyke, who did the Olympia last year, she's going to be doing Chicago. I saw Deshauna Dawson. She's going to switch over. I mean, it's just, this is where we talk about how the lines are blurring between the divisions. Where if you look at some of the girls now, some of the figure girls look like they should be in physique. Some of the physique girls should be in women's bodybuilding. Even some of the bikini girls are eventually going to go up. It's just, and I think the big part about women's bodybuilding, they always say about the femininity part, where if I become a female bodybuilder, I'll be less feminine. But if you look at someone like, Andrea Shaw, you look at people like Sheila Olick, you look at someone like yourself, there are some women, yes, there's some women that be a little bit, they got the chin like Jay Leno, and like most definitely one of the Tyler, but it's about how far you're willing to go. If you're
And
not
just not
gonna,
that, it's also your stage presence, how you wear your makeup, how you do your thing. I mean, I'm edgy. I've always had a different look. I never follow the trend. I believe in being myself, my true authentic self, no matter what. So yeah, I have my dreads and I'm tatted and I look different, but I'm still very feminine on stage. I still have a feminine look because I've always kept that feminine side of me. Like you have to know what you want, right? You want to go to that the next side and not sure if you're male or female, or do you want to be a female and keep being a female, just doing something that you love, right? So I think a lot of people too need to sit down with themselves and remember they have the choice to do whatever they choose. But if they sit down with themselves and understand what they truly want, they can make anything happen.
mm-hmm.
Right? You can put size on and still be very feminine. You can, there's lots of things you can do.
Mm-hmm. And you talk about also the tattoo thing. I see you got a new tattoo on your neck.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm not a big fan of tattoos. Me personally, I don't never had them, but I understand it's about what you want. Some things I'm not a big fan of is two things: the two T's, tattoos and fake tits. I just, not a big. It's just. I mean, some women they do. I know you've been back there on the stage, and you see some women. You go in your head, so like, I don't know. As a guy, I say like, I don't know. I feel like I want to go Rocky Balboa if I see something like that. But it's about what's for you. This is not about anybody else. It is about for you.
Yeah, you gotta be comfortable in your own skin. You've got to be your true authentic self no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, we got here my man Rolando. He says, I'm a fan, women of tattoos. Janeen, I dig you with that. Here you got a fan with Rolando. So
thank you.
Yeah, it's good. And it's good that it's good that we got these guys here who support you. But we also have the haters. We have those guys who just like this is like hey Janeen, you trying to be like me, you trying to be a man.
So you sound like a dude, man.
You sound like a dude. But it comes from guys who have kids.
The funny thing is, George, is they don't have any real balls because they can write it on here, but to see me in person and say it to my face, they can't fucking do it. So fuck them. I don't give a shit. Say it to my face.
Yeah, like Bernie Mac said.
All these trolls just can blow smoke out their ass. They're about the size of a fucking peanut. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Been dealing with this too long to give a shit.
It's funny. It be guys who has tits like me talking about it, not doing anything. But if you ever saw Janeen, she's not that big. You see her stage, she's big. I saw her. She's not that big. She's 5'3". She's 5'3". Like I think Alicia Young's that same height too. Alicia's 5'3". I think Andrew Yau's 5'2". There's a lot of ladies who are kind of short. Like I think the shortest is Michaela. I think Michaela's 4'11".
Yeah, she's the shortest, I think.
I think she's the shortest right now. I mean, but you got to think this is who you ladies are, and and the funny thing, it be these guys who be talking about you're like, yeah, but then like a few minutes later, we say, sorry, Mr. Nee, I didn't mean to say that because
they call them out on their shit and they cry like a little bitch. So it is what it is. Like I don't even answer. I don't even respond anymore. I don't.
And then if you be saying to me that comment, they say, "I'm sorry, Mr. Nee, I really like you," and because those are undercover guys.
Block, delete, God. Yeah. But people will always say what they want to say, right? But when it's behind a camera or a computer, they'll say anything, but they will never say it to your face.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is.
The best way to say it, like my man Bernie Mac says, boy, if they don't like you, people don't like who you are, fuck them. Fuck them, put handcuffs on and put the glue on lips. That's I love my man Bernie Mac. So, folks, we're not going to hold her too much longer. I know she's a busy lady. She got coaching, got this, that.
I actually have another meeting with Jackpot General Refuge. So
yeah, shout out to
we have a big board meeting coming up. So
yeah, shout out to Jackpot Refuge. If anyone said again, who's interested, if you like I said, if you don't have the money, if you can maybe give a little time, sometimes time does help. If you do have the money, this is just animals need help too. I mean, I grew up a country boy.
We have a lot of stuff going on too. We have a 50-50 draw coming, which is you donate money, like you buy tickets. It's really popular in Canada, but it's coming down to the US. So you put money in the pot, and whoever gets the winning ticket gets half of that pot. So that could be $5,000. That could be $100. That could be whatever, right? So if people donate to this, and it's all strictly online, so you don't have to worry about anything. It's all done professionally. It's all online, and the machine, or I guess it's a machine, picks the ticket, and then that person wins the pot. So we do have a lot of stuff coming on, like another 50-50 draw, which like $5 a ticket, right? $5 to $50 to $100. So there's different prices for tickets as well, if people want to help out that way. And then it's a tax write-off as well. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, that's what I talk about.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, that's what I talk about. This is what also be done if, especially as you know, it's a few shows this year, for you ladies, but maybe next year. This is why I said this. There's guys out there who have deep pockets. They got money. If you can spend it on sessions and stuff like that, you could donate to for like an upcoming show right off your taxes. I know it's about getting money for yourself, but hey, you guys have deep pockets. Hey, you can write anything off on your taxes. The government don't need to know what you're doing. Call it a donation. But this could really help somebody. I got a hater. He's in here too. This is my man, KL the Wonder. He says this: Carl Winslow in the house. I'll be your Carl Winslow, you be my Urkel. Steve, and also this is a man, Rolando G. Yes, I want the link to the check jackpots information, Janeen. Well, like I said again, the link is in the description, Rolando. If you want to reach out to them and maybe donate. If you donate money, that's good. Donate time, that's good. Anything they can use to help. Because like I said, those animals can use it. They can really use it. Yeah. And also, guys, if you do follow Janeen, and if you're interested, if you're yourself a competitor who's looking for somebody to help with your training, your coaching, your posing, anything like that, her stuff is in the description also. Reach out to her. Be genuine in your interest. But here's the rule, guys, and I keep telling you guys, I know you guys out there, I'm one of you. I admit it. I'm a muscle pro smo. I know we see these ladies buffed out. You get a tip of your pickle. No D-picks. Stop it. Women don't like that shit. Don't do it. It's one thing when you're like, you're behind closed doors like that, but don't do that. Don't get some help. Get some help. And this is for man Rolando. It's for my man because I got deep pockets but no money. I got deep pockets too, no money either. I know I got no money. But like I say, I used to, before I had the forced retirement, I used to have quite a few jobs. I used to work at a gas station. I used to work at plants. One of my other jobs, I used to work strip club. But that was just little thing. But yeah. But like I said again, this is what I think as us fans need to do. We need to genuinely reach out to you ladies. And if it's not anything financial, maybe just say, okay, how you doing? Are you all right? Just drop a line and show concern and interest. And also, if you're someone who's genuinely interested in supporting these athletes, like reach out to somebody like that, says Mr. Lankowski, like don't be that weird guy saying like, Janeen, I gotta, sign a contract, baby, I got you. That's what, but be a guy that say like, says Mr. Lankowski, I'd like to help you on your path in your next show. If you're a sponsor, see the contract, we draw out the plan, we see how it floats, and I send it back to you. That's what we want to see happen more in sport. I think like that was a good thing about the ambassador program. It was something to help y'all ladies put your face out there. I mean, I know a lot of ladies like make a little money. Stuff I was hearing that someone were complaining about this and about that, but you know what?
People will always. The thing is, people will always complain, right?
Mm-hmm.
People will always complain. They're never grateful.
Yeah, because like I say, you never.
I was grateful for everything. I still am.
Yeah, because you miss it when it's gone. Because that's something like, hey, you might need it. That's something you might need right now. Jake, Jake, we're gonna go do a show here. Hey, Jake, yeah. No. Okay, I'll be at home. Call me. But but like I said, we do appreciate Janeen and her time, and and also best of luck to Jackpot Refuge, and hope it is. But this is I'm going to end this off with here. We'll have a little fun here. But as a competitor, as long as you've been competing, training, working with people, what would you like to see happen in the overall look of bodybuilding? Where you, as yourself, would you see it wanting to go? Not just for your division, but as a competitor, as an athlete.
As a competitor, I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more shows come out with female bodybuilding in them, because we are the footprint of all the other divisions. Female bodybuilding is, so I feel a few more shows coming out, and to also have the rules very strict and firm, and making sure that every athlete knows exactly what's expected of them on the stage, and what we expect from the judges for judging. I think it's been a little bit lax, and they need to hone it in a little bit, and make it so that everyone knows exactly what needs to be done, what poses are in each division. And you don't put a lat spread in a women's physique. You're not a bodybuilder, you're a women's physique. Bodybuilding has bodybuilding poses, physique has physique poses, classic has classic. You know what I'm saying? So knowing your things, knowing your divisions, knowing your poses, and representing the IFBB how it needs to be represented. It's an honor to be one, and more people have to respect that, and showcase that accordingly. So hopefully that's everything in a nutshell.